I want to show you the last method of attachment, which is ultimately going to be the preferred method of attachment, okay? And I'll show you why that is. This last one is called a Wrap 3 Pull 2. And the name kind of tells you how it is to build this thing, all right? I start with the webbing untied. There's no knots tied in this thing. I find my anchor point. I'll take a quick look. Does it have any sharp edges, any weld slag, any galvanizing, any cuts or burrs? I decided it does not need any padding. I'm going to wrap the webbing around here, and again, the name tells you how to do it. Wrap 3. How many times should I wrap around? I'd go with 3 times. See how that works out for us. So there's 2, right? Myself a little more slack here. Trying to keep this kind of neat as I go. I don't want to have it all twisted up. And so now I've got 3 wraps here. Now I'm going to tie my knot. All right? If you have a long piece of webbing like I have here today, tie the first knot in the long strand. All right? Just park that there for a moment. Tie your first knot here, so that's the simple overhand. I've got a really long tail that I'm going to pull through, but no matter. It's just one knot. I don't have to do anything tricky with it. Pull that out of the way. And now I'm going to do the retrace portion with the other end. Remember that I have to come from the end, come from the proper direction. And when I tie this water bend, leaving enough tail so that I've got the hand with the tail when I'm done, I'll have completed the construction process as far as getting the knot tied. So the other part of the name is pull 2, and the 2 I want to pull are the other 2, not the one with the knot. Okay? So I'm going to pull those 2 out, and I'm going to equalize those 2 strands. I'm trying to leave this knot right out here in the front. Okay? This becomes my attachment point. Now here's a couple things to notice here. First off, because the webbing is all stacked upon itself, it cannot 3-way load the carabiner. Right? It's not possible for these 2 strands to get separated because they're one on top of the other. Okay? Also, it always self-equalizes. No matter which way the force goes, I don't get a dead leg in this thing. Right? There's not a fixed point out here. So it always self-equalizes. And during that self-equalizing process, if there is a sharp edge right here, the webbing does not drag across the edge like it did in a basket edge. See, this webbing's not moving. It's all staying in one place. So while I still want to evaluate for sharp edges, the padding becomes a little less critical when I'm using a Wrap 3 Pull 2. All things being equal, this is the preferred method of attachment. It's a little bit more complicated. It requires a little more skill on the part of the user than a manufactured sling. But all in all, you're going to have a better attachment point. I can tie it to exactly the length I want. I don't have to deal with the strap that the card that I've dealt with as far as what's the length of the strap. Very versatile, and not that hard to do. Only tying 1 knot. Okay? Pretty straightforward. Good? Questions on that?